There we go. All right. We're officially live streaming here at Red or Green Books. I'm so excited for the 2024 Debut Poets launch. I always say that every year, but it's so exciting. We never know what's going to happen within the year. And these poets are amazing. They're incredible human beings, and they're really, their books, I trust me, I've read, they're just amazing. So it's a very strong launch, very diverse launch, but all really kind of in the same energy vein. And so everyone is just really loving and supportive in this group. I'm so honored to be leading the charge, if you will. Here at Red or Green Books. All right, so a couple of housekeeping rules for everyone who is either reading or watching today. Again, please keep yourself muted. And if you want, after each of the poets have read their 10-minute set, we'll offer the mics to be unmuted, and you're welcome to cheer them on. But then, of course, please keep yourself muted. This is a live poetry reading. You could hear anything here, right? We do not demand you use a trigger warning. So please understand that you may hear things and experience things from the readings today. If you need to step away or mute your mic or go off camera, that is totally fine. We'll support you in that. If you choose to use a trigger warning, that's all right. We'll champion that and support that as well. But please understand you could hear anything today. That being said, there is no censorship in this room. You can say fuck and dick and all those great, wonderful words. The only things you're not allowed to do is bring any hate speech whatsoever. If I feel you're a threat to anyone in this room, you will be gone, baby, gone, and not allowed back in. I do run a tight ship, but I want us to have a really good time while we're here. Let's see. What else? The chat is there for you to use, but not abuse. If I get any reports that anyone is being abusive in the chat, you will be escorted out and not allowed back in. So please just be respectful, right? We've never had a problem with that, but I always want to put the standard really, really high today. All right, so some fun things about Red or Green Books for those of you who may not be familiar with me or the press or what we do, and because many of you are here to support your loved ones, thank you for doing that, because we really do need the support and the love, and they need some people helping them along the way on this journey. We're a female-forward press, started in Albuquerque, New Mexico during COVID. This year, we are looking to publish our 1 millionth word. It is a very fun, exciting endeavor for us. So each of you who are going to be reading today are part of the foundation of Words to a Million. We have a really incredible program set up at Word is Right called American Graveyard Calls to End Gun Violence. This is our gun violence initiative. It is a huge anthology that we're putting together, and we're working on doing art installations, cross-country art installations next year for that. So if you want to help us sponsor a senator, we will do it anonymously, sending a U.S. state senator a copy of American Graveyard Calls to End Gun Violence. So that is a lot of things that are close to our hearts here at Red or Green Books. That being said, we're going to go ahead and we'll go down the list today. Let's see. Oh, and the launch dates. So we do have the dates are all set up. So I'm going to go ahead and just read them, because if someone's watching this live back, perhaps not today, or they're watching the live on Facebook, they aren't going to have access to the chat. So I'm just going to go ahead and say the 3 launches. Today is the Meet the Poets. This is where we actually announce who else in the launch, and we debut your introduction to them and to their work. They're going to be able to talk about their book, how they came to write the book, a little bit of what you're going to find within the book itself. And you get a little sense of each of the authors today. Sunday, June 16th at 6 p.m. Eastern is our readathon. That is where they are going to be reading from their books, taking pre-orders. We're going to unveil the cover art, except today we do have one cover art done, and so we will unveil Torrin's book cover today. In fact, his book's already produced. He already has it, and so he went lightning fast on that. So we're really, really excited to announce that at least one poet already has their book done, which is it's like a record-breaking thing, I think, Torrin getting his book out in that amount of time. So congratulations, Torrin, on being the first one to launch your book. Then we have the book launch party, which is our signing party. And that's Sunday, August 4th at 3 p.m. Eastern. It'll be the same Zoom account information as what you had signed into today. So tuck that away, give it a little bit, save the Zoom information, and you'll be able to get back in at any of the shows that we have this summer using this same login information. I'm also super excited to see so many of the returning authors from Red or Green Books coming here to this event to support our debut poets. So thank you so very much. Also, our cover artists are in the house. We have Elizabeth Oots, Mariana Franco, escape artist, Ella Diem, and Rebecca Dreskin. She's an Albuquerque artist, so I'm really excited to work with local artists as well. All women, all Red or Green Books authors or had been in our Red or Green Books family. So thank you, cover artists, for being here as well. All right, let's kick it off. I'm going to keep track of time for you authors out there, but I'm not going to mute you or buzz you or ding you if you go over. If you don't use the full 10 minutes, that's okay. If you choose to go over a little bit, that's all right. Just don't go over a lot of it. All right, just a little bit, not a lot of it. And then if you would like to read more about these poets, go to the website if you would and check out all their biographies, and their social media links and everything are on there. So when you're introducing yourself and your book, authors, please make sure that you are including any social media handles that you would like people to use to find you. Remember, we're live streaming, and so it may be easier to vocalize that since people are probably not in the room and they can't read the chat. But do feel free to put stuff in the chat. If you're going to save the chat, then you'll be able to save everyone's information. All right. Any major questions, or does anyone have any major scheduling shift or scheduling conflict before I call our first poet to the mic? Okay. Hang on, Edward, you're muted. So I'm going to call you now to read. I'm going to read your bio. Edward Galt lives in Boston. He is a poet and photographer and published in Oddball Magazine, Spectrum, Wilderness House Literary Review, Encore, and the 2023 Brownstone Poetry Anthology, in which his poem, Drawing the Moon, was nominated for a Pushcart Prize. If y'all would like to unmute your mics, give it up for our first reader tonight, the one and only Edward Galt.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, I've been writing for quite a long time. I published my first poem in high school. As a matter of fact, my high school had a publishing workshop, and I was able to get at least one of the pieces I wrote published in that, and I've been kind of publishing on and off for the last 40 years. At any rate, this is my first book, and I'll be reading from that today. And my first piece is from which the title is taken from. The book is called Airhead, and the first poem is called Airhead, A Summer on Joe's Porch in 1969. Mike would go over to his brother's house every Sunday afternoon and eat dinner with his family. In the summer, they would eat out on the porch. It was probably the one halfway decent meal Mike got all week. When he arrived that hot August day, Joe's wife, Alice, was seated in a lawn chair at a little card table with a cutting board and colander. She would take the green beans and snow peas from a pocket in her apron and cut them up and put them in the colander for washing. When she saw Mike coming up the steps, she called for Joe to come down, then gathered her project and went into the house. The roast was almost done. All she had to do was boil the greens. It wouldn't be long now. Mike and Joe would sit on the porch swing. Joe explained that his son Alex would be late. He was at a friend's house playing street hockey. He might even stay there and have supper. He explained that it was fine for Alex. Oh boy. Sorry, Peter did a thing on me here. Okay. Joe explained that his son Alex would be late. He was at a friend's house playing street hockey. He might even stay there and have supper. He explained that it was fine for Alex to be into sports and all that, but he was not keeping his grades up. He got a C minus on his last geography quiz. At that point, Alice came onto the porch with Mike's supper tray and put it down on his lap, in his lap. She said that she always tried to get the boy seated at the kitchen table for his homework each day immediately as he came in the door from school. But keeping his mind on the task was a different subject. He daydreamed a lot, she said, as she left to get Joe's tray. Joe said simply that he did not want his boy to become an airhead. Mike said that he didn't think that would happen. Alex was a good kid. Joe said he wasn't good enough to be a good kid. You had to have a diploma at least. He didn't work his butt off at the factory just to have a screw up kid. Again, Mike assured Joe that Alex wouldn't be an airhead. Joe wasn't so sure. His wife brought in their trays and they began to eat. Joe went on to other subjects. He was glad that Nixon had won. That would show the damn liberals a thing or two. They weren't going to dig into his pocket for every one of their harebrained schemes. Now they could blow the hell out of the Viet Cong, show those radical hippies they were wrong. Mike tried to listen, but he was having a hard time keeping his tray on his lap. It kept wobbling around on him. It was hard enough when you had to chase the peas around the plate. Wobbly trays made it impossible. Joe kept talking about what a damn liberal Nixon was probably going to turn out to be. He said to just wait and see. He seemed to not notice Mike's tray. If he did, it didn't seem to faze him. It happened all the time. Finally, Mike couldn't hold it down anymore, and it flipped out of his grasp. The glass shattered. The milk itself slithered across the floorboards, followed by the tray, plate, and meal. They descended the stairs, scurried down the walkway, and turned right onto the sidewalk. They ran for several blocks, passing several people who didn't care or even seemed to notice. So they didn't stare. This was the city. It happened all the time. Finally, after several more blocks, the roast, mashed potatoes, green beans, and peas all came to a stop and rested. The milk had gotten there ahead and was waiting for them. You know, it said to the group as they all caught their breath. I think the kid's going to be an airhead. So that was the first poem, and it's what the book is named after. And it's kind of based on a sort of absurdist, surrealist type of genre that was made kind of popular by Russell Edson, who's a prose poem poet. And you could kind of think of him as the Gary Larson of poetry. He's kind of the far side type of genre for that. I do have another piece here called Holiday Food. Holiday leftovers are tricky business. I could never get away with raiding the fridge at night, so I have to wait for all the others to leave before I can begin to rustle in the fridge to get at the turkey. Here is the tricky part: how to leave just enough so that no one knows that anything was ever taken out. When supper is being prepared, there is just enough. factor in that everyone else is going to be doing this, picking, then leaving just enough. We had all done such a superb job of this that when my wife pulled out the container a week later, it was still three-quarters full. The question was, could we still eat it? It didn't seem too bad at first, but as I was retching over the sink, I prayed for the sweet mercy of death. Oh, that's holiday food. Now, I would sort of like to read the poem that I was nominated for the Pushcart Prize for. This was published in Brownstone, and it's called Drawing the Moon. You came up to me with your little red book, the one you put the stickers in, and a crayon. You told me that you wanted me to draw the moon. So I drew a line for the horizon. Long vertical lines became trees. Um, a river flowed down through them. Then I drew stars. Finally, I drew the moon and filled in the sky dark blue. Because you wanted to see me draw, and there would come a time when you will not care what I can do. Thank you. Now, how much more time do I have?
You have another minute or two.
Okay, let's see
You're
if I can.
you're rounding to the end, but if you have something short.
Okay, I'll read one, I'll squeeze off one more here. And it's called Curio Shop. And any of you familiar with Dostoevsky's The Double might be familiar with this idea. Uh, Curio Shop. On my way home late one night, I stopped to look into the window of a curio shop. I couldn't see much. It was dark except for a light in the rear. A figure entered from the back room. At first, I thought he was a staff member, perhaps working overtime, but he began taking all the clocks off the back wall and throwing them down on the floor. He took what looked like a baseball bat and finished the job by smashing them to bits. He cleared off all the shelves of the figurines and ground them into powder with his heel. He smashed all the cases, pulverized all the contents, jewelry, watches, and little picture frames, all smashed to bits. He didn't leave anything. The floor was covered with debris. He stopped to survey his work to make sure he hadn't omitted a single detail. He was close to the front of the store where I stood, just outside. When he turned to look out, I could see his face. It was me. Now, actually, Dostoevsky's short story that or novelette, The Double, is a bit more humorous. The guy does meet his double, and the double goes to work with him and is better at his job than he is, and is better with the ladies than he is, and just all kind of. It was kind of humorous. Dostoevsky could be a bit of a humorist too, but as you can see, I could have a bit more of a serious slant on it. Anyway, thank you very much for your time, and I hope you enjoy the book if you get it. I look forward to hearing the rest of you. Thank you.
And where can people find you, Edward, like online or on social media?
Okay, well, I'm on Facebook simply as Edward S. Galt, Gault. And that's about all I have right at the moment. I have yet to get a
Okay,
writer's or poet's
that's
website or
okay.
anything like that. I'll work on that. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Y'all are welcome to unmute your mics. Give it up for Edward Galt, please. Woo! And keep it
you.
going.
Thank you.
We're going to bring up Jeremy Hickson. I'm so excited about the poets on this launch. Like genuine, they bring me genuine joy. And meeting Jeremy has just been wonderful, and they're just such a light in this launch. And so, perfect classic example of someone who says yes because they know what they want, and then they are able to follow through with and execute what they want. And Jeremy's very courageous, right? Jeremy didn't know me from Adam when I met them, and now I think like it would not be the same without them on this launch. So I'm super glad that you're here, my friend. All right, Jeremy Hickson, born Jeremy Hickson Jack, would label would self label as a fledgling maverick. They are but a student of life. The stage pen name is inspired by the idea that as a creative being, they are a jack of all trades, master of some. As a queer, biracial, multi ethnic United Statesian, their work reaches at once backwards as roots and forwards as canopy. It ranges from the metaphysical to the very physical. Diversity rings out an anthem. Jack holds a bachelor's degree from Rutgers University and double majored in English and sociology. They have always held an interest both in the literature and social structures of various periods, the interplay of the literary and literal worlds. In many of their poems, glimpses of the old masters can be gleaned, as well as influences from the not so distant past and his present day poetic peers. A heartfelt thank you to all who hold space and who carry a torch to contrast the darkness. Please unmute your mics, give it up for the one and only Jeremy Hickson. Woo, woo, woo!
Thank you. So, um, yeah, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm so big on my screen right now. I'm getting distracted. I need to turn myself. Um, okay, so, yeah, I'm Jeremy Hickson. I go by Jack on Instagram. You can follow me at Jack underscore Vol underscore trades. I'll just get into this first poem here. Um, so this is called, well, this is a poem that's for my brother. I think about the golden boy whose shadow was cast upon me, invisible thing he carried, that as he and the shade grew, still never could be seen, not even an inkling. Vaulted up on a pedestal with rungs always out of my reach, were they beyond his as well? I never considered his field of view. Before I could dream of a future, he may better have knew the bright shimmering possibilities of tomorrow, beyond. Always beyond the grasping golden fingers, then like a flickering flame gone in a gust of wind. I am certain he never expected to think things to go the way she did. What was his loss like, his suffering? Just like my parents and sister who still is, his pain I may never know because that pain he may never show. The pain of loss. He had protected us so well, and this little one, we all failed. But he would not fail us again. He guarded it too closely, that pain, his newest and truest companion. We all did. We all failed. I think about the golden boy, now oxidized with time, no longer shining, but still gold as ever in the recesses of my mind. And the children now, bright though they be, I hope he says they won't surpass me, and climbs atop his golden dreams, clad with hooves and golden wings, and shows us all what he's made of. But if with all the polish he shines no more, even after all the pain we bore, what was all the suffering for? To send us weeping to the earth, praying for our great unbirth. I think about the golden boy, and my dreams look golden too. So that's that first poem. Um, this book is like I've been wanting to write a book of poetry for I mean it's been probably 15 years now or something like that. And Yeah, it's finally coming true, and my brother is, getting his flying license, and so I read this to him a couple years ago, and I feel like it kind of kicked off of like a an avalanche of the people in my life pursuing their dreams. My dad bought a violin for himself, and I hear him playing every now and again in the basement. And so yeah, it's just a really exciting time to be alive with everybody pursuing their stuff. So the next poem that I'm going to read is called Processing a Love More Fiction Than Fact. Where did she go? The little boy asked. 5 days ago he turned 4. It seemed that life was to promise her more. When he blew out the candles, he never knew his wish for her pain to end would end like this. She's up in heaven, his mother said. She may be gone, but she's far from dead. And the concept sent reeling his tiny head. Decades mulling, decades pulling at every answer to get to knowing the truth. And it all comes clear as the end draws near. For him, she was never gone. She was in the air. She was in the flowers. She was always there. She was in the rain and in the ocean, and in the love of every motion of baking cakes just us 5, far from whole but still alive, dancing and singing to skipping records in every love stitch and patchwork checker. She is in the butterflies and in my hair. She is everything and everywhere. That's a poem for my sister Tiffany, who passed away when I was very young, and she was very young as well. And so this book of poetry, it's got a couple of sections. The book is called Philosophy and Ontology, so it's broken up into 4 sections. Philo, being all about love, and this poem is the last poem in that section. Um, the that entire section kind of it digs into familial love, platonical love, romantic love, love of the earth, is a resonating theme throughout a lot of what I write. And love of each other, I hope, is something that rings out as super important. Um, so this next one that I'm gonna do, am I good on time? How much time do I have?
Yes, you are. Yeah, you've got 4 or 5 more minutes. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. So I got a little time to chit chat. So yeah, um, we've got Philo as the love poem. Sophie is questions of, what are we doing here? Existential questions. What is growth? What is value? What is worth? Um, this is, I believe it's from the section Aunt, which is a bunch of experiences, and then ology winds up being a study of myself. Um, but this is the toxic one. Our love was sweet, our love was deep, our early days, our open ways. Hours upon hours, hours was stacking up to be the greatest love of all. There were no bounds to it, and this, I purport, caused the fall. Fingers pointing, but who was at fault? As I look back, at least the best I can recall, I promised my faith. You promised your trust. In a moment of desperate soulful lust, desire beyond simple flesh on flesh, but needing, dying to be enmeshed in something bigger than just me and just you. So we shook hands on it, made no demands of it, just simple requests. We hedged our bets, and so we promised. And who broke it first? Your wandering eyes in my journal, the worst. My wandering eyes and unquenched thirst. The truth is, whether you or I, in pools of sweat, we both did lie that night before it all came spilling out. To be trusted, each of us just wanted to be trusted and to trust. It all broke down, said you needed a man. I thought long and hard, came up with a plan, tried to serve you my charts, of course, to sate your longing, and you said, I don't like planning. So I was left alone to provide you the dream I instilled in you. No idea that the words that left my mouth had filled you with something no one could ever deliver. But nothing could phase my focus. You became the only thing in my world. You became my reality. I was to be your strong pillar, immovable column. I lost sight of all else and was falling myself. Atlasless, the heavens, piece by piece, were already crumbling to the ground. I went out searching for the diamonds and pearls and thought to make you a necklace out of them, but pawned them instead, took the money and saved it to buy you a someday house. Had no idea you were just asking me to show up and give you the gift of my presence, my light and dark, my essence. It is all done now, though. We each stacked understanding as it came, never checking to see if we were in frame of the vision we held of each other, of the vision we held of ourselves. Piling up, out, down, in every direction, with speed, with zeal, and without time to feel, then bam, fuck, and we're over. I'm fucked. Now we're through. You and I both fucked me, and all that trust in you now spewed into my porcelain throne. I pen the story, assert firm conclusions. And who is the victor in this love war? Who gets the glory of what we fought for? The words start to fail like my thoughts and tongue. All I can trust now is the toxic one. And that's that poem.
Mm.
Um,
Let's go, Jack. Sorry, I just got it.
yeah. Thank you. So, um, yeah. Ugh. Dude, that's definitely not love, but it's something. So it doesn't go with the love poems. It goes with the things that I experienced. Geez Louise. Um, no, but I love to write. I love I don't know, I love nature. It comes up a lot. Um, what are some other themes in my poems? Hmm. Oh, of course I'm here as a queer person, so that comes up a lot. There's a poem that I wrote that's called There is a Missing Link Between Harvey Milk and MLK. And it's me. So I try to kind of branch all this stuff together, these vast tough topics that we try to tackle and meet them with love. And that's kind of what this is all about. That's what the book winds up being about. So yeah, you can follow me. I'm only on Instagram. That's the only place I exist. Try to find me on Facebook. Try to find me on Twitter, whatever it's called now, X, Tumblr. I don't have those things. Instagram is the only place, and it's at Jack_Val_trades, JACK_VAL_TRADES. I think that's time.
Oh, let's go, y'all. Unmute your mics. Give it up for Jeremy Hickson. Woo-hoo-hoo! All right, we're gonna keep rolling. Welcome everyone who's joining us today. I'm so glad to see so much support for these incredible human beings. So thank you all so much. The next poet is certainly a staple in our poetry community, Kelly Mary McAllister. I'm finally able to say her name without a spoonerism and without totally twisting it around. She is just a joy. When I say joy combined with skill and life in this launch, like that is it, right? That these people, these human beings and their stories is bar none. This is a sensational launch. Kelly is also in Canada, and so that makes this an international launch. We're super excited to have her here. She's also my Tesoro sister. Poet Rose Gold, who you'll hear from in a little while, is also part of Tesoro. It's a worldwide women's organization of poets, entrepreneurs, business people. It's a lot of fun. Incredible minds in that organization. So I'm so honored to now be publishing Kelly's book. And so let me go ahead and read her bio. And then Laura, you are on deck. So you can find her at Kelly Mary McAllister on Instagram. Kelly Mary McAllister lives in a concrete shoebox in the Toronto sky with a little black dog. She moves the world as a queer fat woman with a disability. Her work can be found in Cantheus, Grain Magazine, the Banyan Review, and Door is a Jam. among other places. Please unmute your mics. Give a warm, warm welcome to the one and only Kelly Mary McAllister. Woo woo!
Woo!
I lost track of, there we go. I lost track of my window and I couldn't unmute myself. Now I just need to get rid of my giant head because it's very hard to speak when you're distracted by your own weird facial expressions. But hello, I'm Kelly Mary McAllister. This will be my debut collection and I'm super pumped. So thank you, Marissa, for everything you've done. And the whole team at Red and Green Books. It's just been such a wonderfully supportive environment. I wrote this collection because the last few years sucked. Like and from talking to people, I don't think it's just me. I'm starting to think this is just adulthood. And I don't like it. I would like a refund. This is not what I signed up for. But I had a series of things happen. I lost a very close friend to suicide early in the pandemic, right after my cat died. I was diagnosed with arthritis and intense mobility issues that have limited me and sort of kept me in my home more frequently. And I'm a very social person. I don't know if you're getting that vibe. And so it's very difficult for me to lead such a contained life. So the collection itself is called Dead Weight, and it's split into three parts. My Weight, poems about what it's like to move through the world as a fat woman. The Dead, poems about the people I have lost, including that friend and my uncle who struggled with a lifelong heroin addiction. And the Dead Weight, what it's like to be mentally ill and physically disabled in a society that has a very low tolerance for difference and other. So I'm going to read you a few poems from each section just to give you a little bit of the flavor. And we're going to start with The Weight. And so the first poem from that section is called Vast. Please bear with me while I pull it up. I've never seen a storm cloud that I could not open my throat and consume whole. No thunderous emotions I couldn't grind between my molars so I could swallow it down. I've held them inside me, undigested, as a vast ocean holds water, until the day my bones, my hard, earthbound bones, locked. The clouds pushed in faster than I could swallow them. The storms were more than I could eat. The ocean inside me roiled and rose. The waters encroached, eroding the shoreline. A climate cataclysm where the only solution the scientists can offer is to close my mouth, to shrink myself when I have more than ever to hold. They are asking me to greet my feelings, those great clouds that terrorize my skies, asking me to spit them back out. They tell me that even if I cannot consume them, it does not mean that they will consume me. They are asking me to trust. So with great trepidation, I will sew my mouth shut as I crack my heart open. I will trust that despite what my eyes tell me, the shore and the sky will never truly meet. I will trust that even if I am smaller, I will never be small because my vastness is inside me. I know this. I ate it. And the next one, in a slightly different tonal take on the same theme, is called Just Do It. Exercise only works if it hurts. It's the pain that burns those calories. The internal combustion engine of the body is your suffering. Go harder. Tears should slide down your flushed cheeks, salt mingling with salt, an alchemy of perspiration and pain that makes your pump more potent. You should feel no joy. If you feel a moment of joy, don't. Health is beauty. Beauty is pain. There we go. So pain must be health. There's no room for joy in health. You can find joy in joy when you've destroyed the fat, when you've earned it. You don't look like you've earned it yet. Food is only fuel, not a pleasure, not a pleasant experience, but a penance, a punishment. If it's good for you, it should taste like sand, disintegrating in your mouth into tasteless particle pieces. If you're not hungry for this, then you're not really hungry, are you? If the buckle won't latch on your belt, you should buckle down, buck up, make yourself less, eat less, be less. No one will love you unless you fit into those pants. To buy a new pair is to admit defeat. To accept your features is fine. To accept a futile future is fat. To fool yourself into the fantasy that others don't see your flaws and you can't ever let them see your flaws. So close your jaws. Diet or you'll die of it. Roll the dice with the vice of it. Don't you know that the last one standing had the life most worth living? Don't you know that the trophy at the end of it all is the smallest coffin? I have to say that's probably one of my favorite final lines that I've ever written because it lingers. And then from the first one, this is probably the longest piece that I'll read today, but it's called The Rice Cake Offensives. You said, have a rice cake. They're a great snack. I can't tell if you truly believed that, or if you simply wanted it to be true, wanted to be nourished, satisfied by a thing more air than substance. Perhaps you had taken the old axiom too literally, you are what you eat. You wanted to be airy and light, not solid and thick. We are porridge people, Mom. Why were you always trying to make us into vegetable sticks? You told me it was a great snack as you placed a styrofoam puck in front of me, waved a hand, eat, eat, as if the object in front of me was food, not packing material for fragile items, not a coaster for a cold drink, not bedding for my beloved pet hamster. Why was only the hamster allowed to be round and cute? You had purchased multiple flavors, you said. I had recently seen The Princess Bride. I don't think that word means what you think it means, Mom. You were unamused. You didn't often play with me, but now we played pretend together, nodding frantically as we chewed and chewed and chewed. I could hear you counting the calories expended as our jaws worked. The confusion of my ancestors cried out from the DNA in every cell of my body as I worked those tough bites of nothingness around my soft palate. Farmers, the lot of them, Scottish, Irish, Ukrainian, pale people who liked potatoes. Maybe that's why I was shaped like one. I manifested a culinary destiny, built to endure famine, but living in a time of recreational starvation, cosmetic hunger. Nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. I think skinny feels like the dry pebbled surface of a rice cake. Barren, a desert of no dessert. In my hunger, I spent too much time ruminating. What is the purpose of food, fuel or fun? Why would things taste good or bad if that didn't matter? I was so hungry all the time. The dry styrofoam textures making me gag as I dreamed of all the food I would eat when you couldn't see. I thought, what did I do to deserve this? I knew. I was weighed down. I was weighing you down. You wanted me to fly. I just wanted a snack. We were the rice cake generation, the veterans of the war on fat. Ironically, eventually, the fattest generation to date. We lost the war with rice cakes. They don't make great ammunition. We grew up and celebrated that loss with cake and therapy to deal with our eating disorders and the lies we were told, starting with have a rice cake. They're a great snack. And that brings us to the end of the first section. The second section is the dead. So these are grief poems. Please treat yourself gently during that. So the first one is called 1 Week. It was Monday, technically, in the lost space between day and night when the day before and the day ahead mix and mingle, but the clock and the calendar and the timestamps of all our texts said Monday. So it was Monday when the past flooded the present, and you reached out not for an ear or a word, but simply a witness. Tuesday, you took your son to daycare, dropped him off, the usual mix of relief and regret. You went to physio to rehab a knee that didn't work just right, that hadn't for a long time. Like nothing was working right. Maybe some things don't ever heal. Maybe some things can never be fixed. I took a shower on Wednesday. The strike of water on my naked skin, long overdue, rivulets and rivers of clean water following the salt-crusted paths of the too many tears that leaked from my eyes like a broken faucet. You had been taking cold showers, you told me, when I told you that I was finally clean. You knew how hard it is to wash the dirt off your body when the dirt in your mind sticks in the cracks and the crevices, the folds of your gray matter, and you can never scrub it out. You were taking cold showers, you said. These days. You ordered me bath bombs on Thursday. a box of bliss to be delivered after. Sweet scents, bright colors, meant for warm baths, not your cold showers. I wrote you a poem. You said you loved it, that it was hard, but it was perfect, that it was you. You read it to your therapist. I can't think of a higher compliment. On Friday, you texted to see how I was. I did not respond. Saturday, you got an MRI for your knee, the part of you the doctors thought that maybe they could fix. It was something small, still significant. So you drove to Kitchener and you got an MRI. You texted me that you'd get the results in about a week, 7 days, give or take. I didn't respond right away. I was napping, trying to shake the tentacles of those migraines I get during the periods where I can't stop sleeping. The cause and the cure are the same. I was asleep when you texted. I responded too late. Sunday, a February Sunday, February of short days, February of endless winter, Sunday, the Lord's Day, Sunday, the end of the week, Sunday, bittersweet Sunday, always under the cloud of what is to come. A February Sunday, dreary and dark and hopeless. You checked into a hotel. You never checked out. My text turned from blue to green, unread. And related to that poem is one called Slippery. My uncle died in a bathtub. I think about that every time I slide into one. I think about you, about the bath bombs, the gifts for no reason other than you thought I deserved pretty things that smelled good. I think of him dying alone in tepid waters, slipping away, slipping under, until his lungs filled. I think of you dying alone in a hotel room, slipping under the watery haze of the pills until the constant pain just slipped away. I don't take many baths anymore. I don't want to slip too. And that brings us to the final section, and a quick one called When the Fruit Flies. This is the section called Dead Weight, about what it's like to deal with a disability and a mental illness simultaneously, which is super fun, let me tell you. When the fruit flies and the tears fall perpendicular from my eyes, and in my stomach butterflies catalyze, burned alive as the acids rise, harbingers of another reprise of lying paralyzed while my anxiety allies with those goddamn fruit flies. Crumbs, unswept, crumpled refuse carpeting the floor, countless unfinished cups cluttering the counters closed, discarded carelessly. As the fruit flies, like vultures floating on the sour air, clustered on cabinet ledges, harbingers of crisis, feeding on the carcass of my mental health. It's a really hopeful poem, obviously. And so I will close out with one last piece that I think has a slightly more uplifting message. So I leave you on a high note. Um, it's a collection about being mentally ill, disabled, and like losing people. So I wanted to try to find a cheerful way. This is also the last piece in the collection itself. It's called The Web I Weave. I know that I cannot trust my own mind. It's always spinning, scenarios where I'm never winning, always starting over, just beginnings, a game of baseball, endless innings. I'm so tired of all this spinning. I'm dizzy and despondent, never knowing up from down because I'm down all the time. Even when I'm smiling, say, I'm fine. It's just a line. We know I'm lying. I'm lying around, stuck to the ground, the morning's so hard to greet, stand on my own 2 feet. When I'm browbeat by the day to day, get up, slave away, go to bed, and repeat. What's the point of that feat? Most days I'd rather just sleep. But there's the rub, the cost is pretty steep. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come? I'm stuck in that dreaming. On those days of endless sleeping, the dreamy wanderings of the unconscious, not conscious dreams of achieving, not goals that I can believe in, just nonsense that I struggle leaving. I'm drifting through my own life, my thoughts just spinning. So I make like a spider, and I spin myself a web, and I anchor it to you all for those days that I would rather be dead. A silken strand is anchored to my mother, her body my first home, her heartbeat my first song. And though this life feels so long, I know that it is wrong for a parent to bury a child, the pain of my arrival dwarfed by a premature end. Another leads to my father, to the feet I once stood on to dance around the living room when I was just a wee one. Now our feet are the same size, but I still follow in his footprints. When the going gets too tough, I can lean on his innate goodness. Many lead to my nieces, who I held as tiny babes, whose chubby cheeks are giving way to missing teeth and lanky legs, who let me sometimes see the world through the magic of their eyes, eyes that light up when they see me. That's a reason to survive. I've got strands here in this room with him and her and them and you. All the people who can listen to the stories I've been through, who can nod in understanding and say, yes, I've been there too. That connection is important. I've got strands on all you two. So when the darkness comes, when the floor drops from below, I don't have to fear the fall. This web won't let me get too low. I'll be safe there till the morning when another day is new. Watch the sunrise pierce the dark, the sky and I regain those hues. I cannot trust myself. I know enough that that is true. But when I cannot trust myself, I've got a web. It's made of you. And that is the sneak peek of my collection. If you want to reach me, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Kelly Mary McAllister. All one word on Facebook, on Instagram, three separate words on Facebook, or on my website, kellymary.mcallister.ca. And I look forward to hearing what everyone else has. Thank you.
Let's go. Unmute your mics. Give it up for Kelly Mary McAllister today. Woo! Woo! Are we not inspired, right? Woo! Are we not having fun? It's an incredible reading so far, and we're only a couple poets in already. So don't go anywhere because the rest, like, it is not stopping. Stamp your ticket, get on the train. It's not stopping. All right. Next up, we have Laura Lilia. Laura, are you in the house? I thought I saw her come through. I checked her off my checklist. Laura, there she is. So wonderful, right? This is how I know that God has his hand on what we're doing, because you get to meet people like Laura, who I did not know before the launch. And so I'm so excited to meet all of the people who come into this press and who we get to watch evolve and their books come to life. And it is so much fun working with her. Hopefully she'll make it to the 2024 New Mexico Poetry Summit in September. That would be really cool. I think Kelly said maybe she would come. So let's go. If y'all are coming, let me know. If we're going to have a great time. All right, so Laura Lilia resides in her hometown of Houston, Texas, with her family, 2 pet chickens, which I love because I have chickens, and her niece, Chihuahua. As a child, writing was always her best way of processing her unique, unexpected life experiences. And within time, as life kept piling on, she drifted away from her writing. In early 2019, she attended writing workshops with local and online workshops all over the world to find her way back into writing, and created the pieces of poetry collections in her first debut book titled Becoming Forever Changing Leaves. Her poetry has become her blueprint for how she was able to make sense of her unique experiences and redirect her back into her walk of faith. She is a community health worker in the medical field by day, attending school in the evenings, and an active advocate for suicide prevention and awareness with Poppy's Run for Life. She's also continuously a curious fan of experiencing life through art, fitness, and being in the world to inspire others. As others inspire her. Unmute your mics. Give it up for our next poet, Laura Lilia.
Woo! Woo! Marissa, I'm so grateful. Can you guys hear me well? Because I know I'm in the car.
We got you. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So, yes. And I just noticed I really like to say my name. I know we had like these moments where like, how do you say your name? What do you want to say? And I found out I like to be called Laura Lila. So it's Laura Lila.
Laura, let's go. Yes. Okay.
Just FYI, I really like being called Laura. That's me.
Okay, dime the second name. Say how you want the second name to go.
Lila. So in English, basically.
Lila.
Yeah, instead of
Laura
Lilia.
Lila. Laura. Ah, that's the way
And
I
we
would
we
say it
have,
too. All right.
yeah, and we have met, honestly, Marissa, we met during like the end of the pandemic with the Word is Right, the mental health groups that we would have. And I'm so grateful for all your hard work and being able to get this opportunity to come out with a community of people wanting to share their words, because we all have experiences, but what makes this difference is that we have that courage to say, hey, you know what? This is how I felt, and I'm gonna put it in words, and I'm gonna put it out there in the world, and I'm gonna have these connections. And I think that's my big picture really out of this, and that's what keeps me motivated. So thanks again. Like, I just wanted to put that out there for everybody who's on here. I'm so excited to hear everybody else. It is Kite Day in Houston. So that's a very famous park and my childhood park here in Houston. So it's called Herman Park. And I'm a little late, but I definitely want to try to catch some sights for you guys. So after this, after I read, I'm gonna start walking over there, and I'm gonna try to see if I can find a good angle, if there's any kites or just nature for I could share the views, if that makes sense. So I'm really grateful that I'm coming on right after Kelly, because Kelly, thank you so much for your words and what you are able to express. I'm also too coming from that same experience. So like James Franco would say in the interview, same, but different. Um, 20 years of Crohn's disease and mental health. And, the thing about me and my mental health journey is that when I got diagnosed with the whole list of it. It happened overnight. There was a lot of acid and LSD and psilocybin that caused me to have a really bad trip. And trigger warning, I am a suicide survivor. And that's why I am so grateful to be here. And literally everywhere I go, I say the same thing. I'm grateful that I'm here. And so yeah, it's pretty much in my bio. There's a description of feeling as this is all a blueprint of how I got out of where I was. And it was a hurt that was deeper than bone. And I'm just so grateful. So I selected 3 of my poems, my favorite personal poems throughout my book, because it is sectioned off in 3 different themes and different perspectives that I really tackled and I really went deep into. So we'll just start. This one's titled First. There's a trapdoor under the floor, a ceiling that cracked a while back, and a chair that has only 3 legs. I've learned how to sit in that chair with my depression. I decided to make it challenging to sit uncomfortable on purpose because I've learned that it's in between my comfort and our current reality that will be the death of me. While sitting on that chair, I look for what hasn't settled in within me. What rock should I have left unturned? I'd sit in review of my life's greatest threatening moments I've endured and secretly crave to be put under with anesthesia one more time. That hum of reality fading away as I count down from 10. It's always over before I know it. But right now, that hum of reality and what I could reflect on what I am reflecting on while in that chair confirms that time is a haunting illusion. A mistake we all make is that we think we have time. And yet I choose to sit, taking my time, disassembling my turmoils until I could reassemble it all with a lighter hue painted over it. It's really like sitting down in darkness, waiting for something to pop out and frighten you. It's possible for anything to happen in darkness, since our eyes don't see what lurks so closely. It could give the unthinkable an adrenaline to be invincible. After a while, I've noticed I've had enough time in it. The fears dissipate. I see the pores of my skin clearer, the tremble and anger and sadness fading as I focus on my breath. Understanding that I feel the rise and fall within me and know it is real. That somehow everything is beating and flowing to keep me alive in this moment. And then I finally give in. I fall in love with my solitude filled with madness. And I see clearly that I have to heal. And to heal this, to heal from this, I must lose my mind in order to find my soul. The next one is called A Said. A Said cheers to writer's block, because without facing this challenge, I would never know my own straits to figure out how to start again. A Said salute to depression, because once you've accepted that I have tapped into those depths, it'll never leave me from my core. A Said honorable mention to crippling anxiety that casts over the body, leaving the mind running pedal to the metal until I've managed to regain that first conscious breath that brings me back to myself and find out, yet I do have control somehow after all. A Said praise to paranoia that doesn't shy away from setting off like Icarus, bound to burn in delusion, until I find that one comfort that makes everything quiet down and realize that everything is okay right now. A Said tribute to the want to give up, because I trembled from my knees only to find my toes giving another push to fight through it and keep moving forward while still in pain. A Said round of applause to self-love, being the most important action to cherish, yet it is found to be the most difficult to master. My third one is called Pine Cones. Like a field of pine cones on a fall day, I'd walk barefoot knowing this is just another cycle. All changing cycles. That never ending ends of beginnings. I'd walk barefoot across it all. I'd walk between the trees that hear the wisdom within the air, while the weather so confidently changes so unpredictably. I've learned to listen with changing ears. I see clarity now. It pours out like a river from my eyes, and I finally unlocked locks within my heart that I've carried for what seems like forever. It all comes apart as I step farther into this endless field of pine cones. All changing cycles. I see clarity now, and I know what I know now. That I wouldn't change any of my steps. Even if I have to walk all of the way same back, I wouldn't change a thing. And that's that. I am very active on Instagram. That's pretty much where I post most. And my handle is LLAU48. Um, Another symbolic moment that I'm having right now too is I'm in my car, and the way I started writing again was literally doing voice memos as I'm driving around Houston doing delivery orders for Favor. And I would do hours. Like that was like almost like my full-time, it was my full-time job, honestly, for a good minute as I was recovering from my suicide attempt. And it gave me a lot of that reflective moments of, obviously being a safe driver, but at the same time going through so much emotion and finding my voice and listening to myself say certain words that I never thought I would be saying. And so I do have a SoundCloud, and you could find all of those recordings, at least the ones that I said, you know what, yeah, that's share worthy. On SoundCloud, and you can find me there as my name, Laura Lila. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Thank you.
Oh man, Laura! Oh, Laura, I'm sending you like the biggest hug, my friend. And I see you, and we love you, and we're so glad that you're here. Thank you for being on this launch. Y'all unmute your mics. Give it up for Laura Lila.
Woo!
Mm. Whew, it hits real hard. It hits hard personally to me. So yeah, I thank you for being here. Next up, we have the poet Rose Gold. Wait, let me say that again. We got the poet Rose Gold up next. So she is a rock. She's the anchor for many of us in this poetry community. She is also my Tesoro sister, and I'm freaking excited because I got to meet this person in person, and I got to hug her. And she is a real person, I promise. So we're so excited now to that she's part of this launch. Like, y'all, I don't even know. I don't know what to do. These are the most incredible humans that I know, and they're all here publishing their work like together as a team. We're launching, so it's just very exciting for me. Rose Gold, are you? I don't see you.
Do you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. Yes, so that's okay. You do not have to have your camera on. Oh, there you are. Hi. All right. So there is there is an awesome thing coming up in Colorado soon, which I was thinking of going to, which if we should talk about this, because we could definitely put your book there. But I'm very, very excited. Poet Rose Gold will be here in New Mexico in September for the New Mexico Poetry Summit. So if you're coming, please make sure that you let me know so that I can arrange a way to celebrate the launch. All right, here we go. Jennifer K. Yancey, aka the poet Rose Gold, hails from the real Gotham City, a Bronx, New York native who discovered poetry at 15 and began using it as a more creative way of communicating with the world. Coupled with her 20-year career as an Army photojournalist, and thank you for your service, poet Rose Gold knew how to capture the human condition in real time through her lens and record its consciousness with her pen. She jokingly refers to her work as incendiary redbone poetry, highlighting the injustices tarnishing the American landscape, spirituality, intimacy, self-love, Black love, mental health, and past life in the military. Poet Rose Gold's voice has crossed time zones virtually and in person through podcasts and numerous community engagements, including an apprentice on Red Dot Stage at TEDx Colorado Springs in 2019. Poet Rose Gold is also a member of Tesoro, a newly formed organization whose purpose is to hold safe space intentionally for women, word warriors, to do their work. Poet Rose Gold's work has been featured in several anthologies, and I'm not going to read them all because there's a lot of them. Her debut poetry book, Poetry is a Love Language. But first, let me tell you something, is going to be released, of course, by Red or Green Books. You can find her everywhere. The poet Rose Gold on social media. Y'all unmute your mics. Give it up for the one and only, the poet Rose Gold. Woo, woo, woo!
Okay, so before I start, I would like to say thank you very much for this opportunity, because you didn't have to choose me to be part of your publishing legacy. And I appreciate that, because there have been a couple other people in recent years who've called themselves wanting to publish my book and it never went anywhere. So I'm glad to be in a space where there was someone at the head of the table who really is intent on getting our words out. I'm quiet by nature. I always have been, still am. People who truly know me don't believe me at all, but they do know if I have something to say, I will say it. And the way I say it is through poetry, hence the title of my book, Poetry is a Love Language. But first, let me tell you something. So with that, let me just say, you have the right to spit fire. Anything you say can and will be used to burn blasphemies to the ground. You have the right to live a life free of generational curses. If you cannot afford these yokes and burdens, feel free to leave them at the foot of the microphone. So the first piece from my book I want to share with you is called Music to My Heart, Rhythm of the Divine. It's an intimacy poem, but it's not grimy. So here we go. Your skin is glorious to the touch. All that musculature enshrouded in rich velveteen, it seems, clothing would simply be an insult. Sinewy and statuesque, like D'Angelo in that video, bountiful blessings surround you. Every inch of your frame moves in declaratives that cover me like open-mouthed kisses. From the moment God poured breath into your lungs, you sang arias that rivaled an angel's chorale, welcoming saints to heaven's gate. Every note punctuated by the promises of unconditional devotion with the assurance that they will never return void. Your clarion call draws me nigh, translating what the heart speaks into interpretive dance. Each verse, an enchanting encounter with the stars, suspended in the night sky, bathing us in their luminescence. Your anatomy knows my love language. I speak softly, but love loud. You baptize me with peculiar tongues while I sing the praises of your Adonis. Our bodies would produce works of art that would embarrass Michelangelo and Da Vinci, communicate lyrics of genius that should generate royalties every time they're played. I cry out exultation to the ancestors when you release hymns from your voice box. My refrain is a thank you for the time you took in perfecting your craft. Your words from that last verse still echo in my ears, while lips and fingertips transcribe the next line. Replaying the serenade will be easy because I've committed this cantata to muscle memory. And I don't know if it's premenopause or what. I always get warm when I read poetry. I don't know what it is, but okay, just work with me. Just come along with me on this ride. So this next piece is an ode to Black women, whom I feel have, especially as of late, have been so villainized and so demonized and just so, shout out to Angel Reese. Shout out to Dr. Claudine Gay. Shout out to Vice President Kamala Harris, whether you like her or not. Just, we get a lot of heat. We get a lot of heat. And it stems from a lot of hate. It's all coming from places of hate. And unfortunately, a lot of it comes from some of us. But this is my tribute. This is my ode to us. Perfection wrapped in melanin. Flowers bow down to her light. Man's spirit takes flight upon sight of her constellation. Mother of all civilization, other marvels at this sensation. Oh, songs of grief, trial, triumph, gifted within her amazing grace. Resilience is her superpower, for she has borne the battle where others have easily fallen. She can make nations lay their weapons down or take up arms, all in the name of love. Make a way out of no way, 6 days a week, twice on Sunday. Blessings fall like rain when she pray. Current mood, slay. Permanent mode, all day. Chocolate fountain from which brilliance flows. Addicts yearn to get swept up in her currents. Excellent by design, other envies because they know that she is the chosen kind. Confident yet humble, good cake don't crumble. 1,000 lifetimes will pass away before anyone could imagine being comparable to the power of she, me, we, us, Black woman, a tribute you are. And so like I said earlier, we're not a monolith. I write about, there are a number of topics that get touched in my book. Mental health, self-love, Black love, social justice, or whichever way you look at it, social injustice, life in the military, and things like that. So this next piece I wanted to share that's also in the book, it's called Muzzle Awareness. It wasn't a chance encounter. It was destined that we crossed paths, though I guess it could be considered a blind date, seeing that your reputation preceded you. You and I first laid eyes on each other on a humid, red ant-occupied hole somewhere in the middle of Columbia, South Carolina. While not the greatest of accommodations, those austere conditions made for the most convincing of Teflon bombs. It was a must that I be prepared beforehand because not everybody could rock with the likes of you. You were so special that you needed to be kept under lock and key. Immediately, I committed your digits to memory and in fact had it on speed dial when requested. Only allowed to keep company with you during authorized visits and under skilled supervision. I had to dress special for you during our outings, heavily garmented for protection in case someone didn't follow the rules. Our time spent together was, at times, brief. We shared time and space with others who possessed precious commodities so comparable to your likeness, but you were better because you were mine. You were a sight to behold, such striking dimensions, 5.56 millimeter gas-operated, magazine-fed, shoulder-fired. You and your constituents screamed like a collective calculated drumbeat, fearlessly sending your omens downrange. Flying brass clattering in unison, and the rising smoke gestured in acknowledgement, carrying with it the impenetrable scent of discipline. From the first time we embraced, I just knew you would hold me down in times of jeopardy. Likewise, you trusted that I was of sound mind, that I would only unload as an absolute last resort. No one messed with me in your presence, because no matter what country we were in, whether friendly or hostile, everyone spoke your language. Whenever deployed, you became my work husband. Like Silly and Nettie in The Color Purple, you and I must never part. They shut down entire installations when one of your buddies gets lost until it was restored to its proper but reckless owners. But I never do that to you. The disrespect. I don't understand why anyone wouldn't want you. Your presence exudes an intoxicating power. I was addicted each time I heard you speak. In the years we've grown, you've become part of my vibration. But since I've left you, I've had to live with no brass, no ammo. I bragged to Mom, Pa Kettle, and the rest of the neighborhood about how now I know how to kill. Legally and on paper. Reduce flesh to vapor. Ain't that America? And okay. How to be reminded you're a woman in 30 lines or less. 1, smile. It can't be that bad. Number 2, how come you're not married? What's wrong with you? Number 3, he likes you, therefore believes you are obligated to like him back. Number 4, well, you don't, so suddenly now you got an attitude. Or, well, you ugly anyway. Number 5, your confidence and assertiveness are mislabeled as aggressive or rude Whereas if you had a dangling participle, you would be regarded as, wait, what's this? Confident and assertive. Number 6, you arrive at your new duty station and immediately feel like someone sounded the fresh meat / new booty alarm. Number 7, you ain't got no man or you must be gay. Number 8, your name is. Number 9, calm down. Number 10, males can make songs all day about bees and hoes and videos featuring scantily clad females around them while sliding credit cards up and down a woman's crack. But someone does a song about their own bodily autonomy and praise the power of their pussy. They are the devil incarnate. Number 11, a Starbucks barista sees your blue ID retiree card and assumes your husband is a service member and not you. Starbucks is overrated anyway. Number 12, when 2 old white men for some reason are irrationally impressed that you can combat part, i.e. back into a parking space. I can parallel park too, you're welcome. Number 13, you couldn't possibly be a veteran. Number 14, you're too pretty to be in the Army. Number 15, you shouldn't dress like that, it will distract the men. Number 16, well, what was she wearing? Number 17, and how much did she have to drink? Number 18, society measures your value based on whose arm you're hanging off and how many children you bore him or not. Number 19, you shouldn't walk like that, you'll entice the men. Number 20, you're told in not so many words that you're better seen and not heard. Number 21, someone said respectability equals silence. Me grabs microphone. Number 2, women shouldn't be pastors. That's for my pastors at my church. Number 23, why? He couldn't have done that to you. He's a model citizen. Number 24, laws are made to destroy any and all control you have over your own body. I need to say that again. Number 24, laws are made to destroy any and all control you have over your own body. Number 25, your intelligence is viewed as being uppity. Number 26, you were told by a peer from another unit that they would never take orders from a woman should one be put in charge of him. Number 28, objectification / catcalling / harassment / assault are the order of the day and should be accepted as a rite of passage / way of life. Number 29, another moron slides into your DMs, block. Number 30, you can't fill in the blank. You're a woman. And okay.
Damn it, Rose Gold, let's go. Let's go.
Sorry. Let me lost my place. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So this last piece I'll share. It's called Cotton's Club. Has nothing to do with the Cotton Club in Harlem or any other famous Black spaces, but this is Cotton's Club. What prompts you to outstretch your arms to the sky, palms pressed against the window pane, an outsider looking into a Happy Days, Norman Rockwell, Friends type homestead and think, that's what I want. That you raise your arms and imagine a victory whenever they threw you a bone, or end up going home to sulk in your kennel whenever your chance at adoption was thwarted by another who had the presence of mind to shuck when you mistakenly jived. The yassa boss wasn't enthusiastic enough, I guess. What did you think that you would get from them that you couldn't get from us? Or was it that you wanted to get away from us? You want to be the only one because to look at us every day is looking into a mirror and you can't stand it. But funny, you can't see all the time and energy they are spending trying to erase us. So again, what is it you seek from them that you seem to believe that only they can give? Malcolm X posed the question, who taught you how to hate yourself? How many times do you have to run away from home thinking the grass is greener, only to be publicly run out on a rail when they realized you weren't going to mow it? Just moments ago, they were gushing over how well behaved, read, scripted you were. As long as they kept your ego fed and watered, yeah, you one of the good ones. Too bad you were jolted back into reality when you caught your reflection in the rear view after the red and blue stopped you. Did you know misogyny is a byproduct of the patriarchy you want so badly to be a part of? I suppose only God and therapists would know why you have such enmity toward those who look like the beings who birthed you. Maybe you think their crop is made of gold, but what does it matter? You're not capable of loving them either. What did you think your reward would be for turning us in? How many pieces of silver did they promise you to replace real leaders with pliant puppets like you? You do not have to join us when we do, and we will reach the mountaintop, which will not be disfigured with the faces of the overseers you worship, as most of their mugshots are plastered all over that long money you wish you had. But I still wish you well, even while knowing the same sentiment is not bestowed on us. I say, did you hear what I just said? No? Well, I know you focus your Stockholm syndrome on your hero who seems disturbed over my verbs. What's wrong, boss, you ask? We sick? Well, yeah. I am the poet Rose Gold. Continue to bloom. Thank you.
Oh my God, you guys, unmute your mics. Give it up for the poet Rose Gold. Woo! Oh my God. Oh, let's go. I think they're just stunned into silence. They must be. No one's cheering. They must be stunned. Let's go. Thanks, Terry
Yes,
Rose.
Rose Gold.
Let's go. Yeah. So if you want more where that came from, you could get with Tesoro on the Stacey Dyson and Company, because those ladies are fire. We are also going to be putting all of these books together in a collection and selling them as a set. So if you would like to just buy the entire set, you're welcome to do so on the website. We will have pre-orders, excuse me, listed soon. So you can get all of them in one place. All right. We're going to keep going. Quinn Collard is next. And oh my God, Quinn is just the most lovely human being. And I'm so excited to have met her and to be working on her book and watching it come to life. It is just a soul touch. It's touching my soul. And then Sarah Doolittle, you're on deck. And then we'll have Torin. And Torin, we will unveil your cover art today. So sit tight if you would like to see Torin's cover art, y'all. And then we'll have Zachary Sakati wrapping us up today, and go from there. So let me go ahead and read Quinn's bio as I introduce her to all of you. Quinn Collard is a native Texan and Smith College graduate living in Seattle with Smokey, her cat, and fellow poet. She is an archivist, photographer, and zinister. I hope I said that right. Zines. Anyways, you can find her on Facebook and Instagram. Type Written Girl. Unmute your mics. Give it up for the one and only Quinn Collard, everyone. Woo, woo!
All right, thank you, Marissa. Zinester is generally how we say it, but I kind of like your way. It's a little more interesting, I think. So excited to be here with all these other awesome, brilliant poets. And thank you for all my loved ones showing up here for support. And the aforementioned Miss Smokey is also right here, saying hello to everyone. And thank you, Marissa, so much for this awesome opportunity to fulfill this lifelong dream. I've been writing really intensely, enthusiastically since about second grade. Shout out to Mrs. Bale at Landolt Elementary for giving us all kinds of awesome writing opportunities. And shout out to my dad for raising me in a house completely stuffed with books and kind of making it inevitable that I was going to end up a writer. I have done, yes, and lots of very DIY self-publishing with my zines, but this will be my first collection, which is so exciting. My poems are I have a melding of my life experiences, references to folklore and mythology. I consider myself most influenced by the confessional poets, the romantic poets, and the beat poets. So my poetry influences right here behind me, watching over me. My book is titled And Shatter Me with Dawn, which is a Emily Dickinson line, another one of my big favorites. Also with deep roots in Western Massachusetts, like my beloved alma mater, Smith College. I've got the book divided into 4 different sections for each of the seasons. And so some of those poems are literally about the seasons, and some of them are more sort of thematically somehow connected to the seasons. And yeah, I'm a typewritten girl on Instagram and Facebook. Those are my specifically Ryan accounts. And full disclosure, I'm kind of still figuring out what I'm doing with those. So there was not too much there currently, but I'm going to be working on that soon. And yeah, I've got 4 different poems here, and they're shorter than some of the other amazing work we've already heard so far, but short and sweet. And here we go. This first one is called Incantation, and I thought that sort of set the stage, sort of cast the poetic circle here with this one. All right. A song to keep away the fear of dying, a song to bring forth great storms, a song to forget what needs forgetting, a song to soothe restless ghosts, a song to make the flowers bloom, a song for the season. This one's called The Girl Who Saw the Sun. It's in 2 parts because I wrote 2 different poems with this very particular title without realizing it. All right. 1. Honey infused with petals of blazing yellow, jars ensconced in tomb walls, storing sweetness for the eternal hereafter. Lips stained with cherries, the color of blood, fingers leaving impressions on my arm, a delirious, drowsy heat, and the smell of smoke. 2. You can always find her in the dark. Her skin is luminous and her heart is bright with certainty, bright with impatience, bright with the knowledge of all that remains undone. This one is called By Day the Moth is Quiet, but at night very restless. Beating my battered wings against the thick glass of the window, pale, ghostly Catherine begging to be allowed inside out of the frosty moors. The slice of the clock's face after the witching hour is struck, but before dawn's fingers run rosy finger paints along the edge of the horizon, the moon bleaching everything until it turns unsettlingly alien, is when your scars hum most insistently. And that's for some sort of springtime vibes here. So we're getting sort of in and out much needed sun here in Seattle. This one's called 5,000 Kilowatts of Stardust, and that's a title lifted from my favorite movie, Singing in the Rain. A world painted with a palette of strawberry ice cream pink, robin's egg blue, dandelion yellow. A world of wishes, found lucky pennies tucked in battered sneakers, the expectant moment before an answer. And that's what I got for today. I'm gonna go a little under time because leave them wanting more, right? That's the showbiz trick.
That is totally, that's okay, Quinn. that's okay. You don't have to use the full time if you don't want to.
All right.
But do you want to shout out your social media again in case
Yeah,
people want to come
yeah.
follow
So
you?
I'm a typewritten girl, because that's a reference to my typewriter collection, and so constructing myself. Uh, Typewritten Girl, I've got there's a poetry specific accounts on Facebook and Instagram. I am still sort of building those, so I just made the accounts and I'm figuring out what's there. But if you want to see what I figure out, you can go ahead and follow those. And I'm also just Quinn Collard myself on normal accounts if you just want to say hi. Uh, anyway, yeah, thank you all
And it's
again
an
for
awesome example. So I believe we got connected because Emily Cordes
yes,
is a mutual friend, right? And so
yes.
Emily Cordes has been published. She's published a couple books through Red or Green Books and referred Quinn to us. And so shout out to Emily Cordes for the
Yes,
connection there. This is Poets Helping Poets, right? This is
yes.
all of us pouring back into our community, supporting each other, helping each other get to where we want to go. So big thanks to Emily Cordes and congratulations to Emily on your second book, Queen of Swords. It is a beautiful book. And congratulations, Quinn, on being on this launch. I'm so excited to have you. I cannot wait to see what happens
Yes.
as your book starts to come to life. And again, we're looking at having the readathon in June and then the book signing in August. The dates are already up on the website. They're already up on social media. So mark the calendars. It'll be the same Zoom login information as you have today. So just hang on to that Zoom information and you get to hear more from all these incredible poets. Thank you so much, Quinn, for that. And yeah, you're totally fine. And it's a really nice bridge into the next poet because Sarah Doolittle is the next poet. And Quinn just gave a shout out to her teacher. And guess who is a teacher? Sarah Doolittle is a teacher. And so I hope it's like full circle for you, Sarah, that these, poets you're with on the launch pulled from stuff from their childhood and their teachers as they're now launching their debut collections of poetry. So I hope that touches your heart as much as it does mine. I'm sure it does. Shout out to all of our teachers. Thank you for everything that you all do as well. So very, very excited to have Sarah Doolittle on the launch. She is a New Mexico poet. So we have two New Mexico poets on this launch. We have Sarah Doolittle and Zachary Sakati is on the launch as well. So very, very happy. We do have some local poets here. Sarah Doolittle, an English teacher from New Mexico, has been passionate about reading and writing from a young age. She wrote her first full-length story when she was 11 years old on her mother's ancient brick of a computer and began writing poetry in high school, usually during math class, but we won't tell her students that. With a strong indication towards poetry and short stories, Sarah pursued education and English literature at the University of New Mexico. Her studies ignited a deep fascination with the written word's power to illuminate the human experience. Although her writing covers diverse themes, Sarah predominantly explores subjects like grief, healing, closure, and empowerment, with an emphasis on the enchantment and magical qualities of nature. You can find her on Instagram, Lady Elf 2Fs. Give it up for the one and only Sarah Doolittle. Woo, 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 woo.
Hi, friends.
Hi.
I am super sick, actually, so I'm gonna do my best to get through this poetry reading, but I think I picked up a really bad head cold. I'm really excited to be here. I've been wanting to publish poetry for a few years now. I've only just like recently gathered the courage to share my poetry with anyone. And I didn't even really dip my toes in. I just kind of plunged. Like some of my closest friends who are here in the Zoom right now have actually not read my poetry, and now I'm publishing a book. So it's crazy. But I'm really excited. Quinn, you and I must think alike because mine is also broken into 4 seasons. Brilliant minds. So I'm going to read 4 poems. My poems are pretty short, and one is going to be from each season. And it kind of works backwards in my book. So spring is often seen as like the season of hope and joy and renewal. But in my book, spring was the season of tragedy. I lost someone very important to me. And then when we went into summer, I went with a lot of mental health issues. And it wasn't until the season started to cool down that I started to like find myself again. So you'll find, I think that kind of works in like an opposite sort of way. But I'm just gonna read one from each season. So here we go. As a child, the summer beckoned me. It promised warmth and light. Summer provided days of unbridled joy and childhood wonder. But this year, the shadows crept in. Misery caused the hours to stretch into nights of lost memories and tears. The singing of the doves from the trees and the laughter of children from my window did nothing to chase the agony from my heart. Gone were the days of skinned knees. My wounds had turned internal and all-consuming. They had transformed into poison that even the vibrant bloom of flowers couldn't heal. I had hoped that the turning of the year would balm these vicious wounds, but the changing season did absolutely nothing except show me how utterly isolated I was. That's my dark one. It gets better from here. Dear woman, you are a celestial soul. Pick up your heavy burdens. You have dwelled long enough with the shadows covering your eyes in the darkness of a world that you once openly embraced as yours. Your spaces of regret and remorse have cast darkness over your light. Take off your cloak of sadness. Remove the veil from your eyes. Dig your toes into the soil and step on those crunchy leaves. Call out to the sky and kiss those rain clouds. Tell the wind to sing around the world just for you, so it can return to you what was once yours. All you have lost, given away, sacrificed, traded, sold, in the beautiful net you once cast out in the name of love and family will return to you in time. Feel the cool breeze sweep over you, laced with a hint of your magic as it kisses your skin. Feel the air filter through the famished bones and arid lungs that occupy your world. Let the downpour soak your wild, unbrushed hair and even wilder heart. Revel in your untamed beauty. Set the world into flames, for your golden soul was never meant to be hidden underneath a veil of shame and sorrow. Dear woman, you were never meant to wear despair. And then I have two more. This one is autumn, so I'm starting to feel a little better. As autumn finally settles and the rustle of cool leaves heralds the coming of winter, the ghosts that wander the streets whisper about the season's end. It took me a while, but I realized that the ghosts were not whispering to me about the end of autumn. Instead, they were whispering to me about the end of my anguish. I wasn't afraid of these ghosts, for I knew that true fear would always exist in my heart. Just because we fear things, that does not mean that we are broken. Our fear is nothing but a mere sign of our humanity, a reminder in our weary souls that we exist beyond the boundaries of this world. Say hello to the little ghosts. And then my last poem, I'm saving, I think, my favorites for the book, but these are, how did you say it, Marissa? You said that there's like favorites, and then there's like semi-favorites, and then there's like kind of favorites. You said something like that. And I didn't want to say my favorites, so I'm going to put these at semi-favorites. And my poems do not have titles, by the way, so they just kind of go with the seasons. One day, when the winter had truly set, when the skeletal trees mirrored the emptiness inside of me, when the relentless sleet drummed upon the earth, when the animals disappeared into their burrows and closed their doors, when the mountains were hidden by mist and the dusk had finally faded, in those final moments of radiance, as the dying flame set on the horizon, the universe finally sang to me. It was a whisper of a breath, a promise of untold secrets. The universe reminded me that transformation was both painful and devastating. We do not emerge from our darkest chapters as if by magic and desire. We emerge from those chapters bloody and triumphant. We must shatter ourselves in the process, because only then can we be reborn? So that's it. That's all I got, especially with my head cold. So,
Oh my gosh. I was just writing that down, Sarah. Oh my God. Transformation is both painful and devastating. That was just gorgeous. Y'all unmute your mics. Please give it up for Sarah Doolittle.
Woo!
And don't ask her if she talks to animals. She'll send you a bill. But anyways, it's just, yeah, your book, I'm really excited. I'm excited for everyone, and this collection of these 11 books is going to be just really super strong. I'm very, very excited. And everyone is so different. And I know I say this every launch because we're all different. Everyone is so different, but the collection as a whole is almost like you would cherry pick all these poets to be together in this launch. And it just really worked very organically. Like this next poet, Torin. Torin, are you here? Where are you, Torin? Torn was also referred to us to do his book, and I didn't know Torn before this, and we met and had a great talk, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm really excited. This man, like, he knows what he wants. He's like Jeremy. He knows what he wants. He executes, and I'm like, yes, thank you. And so he's the very first one to actually have his book produced in this launch, and I'm very excited. Usually we do the cover art unveiling at the readathon, which will be in June, but because Torrin's book is already done, let's go ahead and unveil the cover art. It is his own work, and I will say that Torrin's book is full of artwork. His artwork. It's full of beautiful, beautiful creations and drawings. So I'm going to go ahead and do a screen share here and show you what he came up with for his cover art. And instead of separating the front and the back, the entire image as a whole wraps around the spine. So this is as if what you're looking at is the book if it were laying open face down. So this is the full front cover, spine, and back as it wraps around the book. It is a stunning, stunning image. He has bookmarks that are of this image as well. And I believe he also has a place where you can view the entire image as a whole, because of course it was much larger than would fit within the confines of the template for the cover. So there is a much, much more to this image than just necessarily what you see here. And so as a sweetener, I'll let him tell you where you can go to find that, probably his website or social media. You can view this image in its entirety, but this is his book. It is a black and white book. The images are incredible. It's on gloss pages. It is a very, very beautiful book. Like Sarah's, his book also does not have titles, so you will want to make sure you get it so you can move through it like that. All right, let me go ahead and stop share. We will be unveiling the rest of the books and all their cover art as the events progress throughout the launch. So, stay tuned. Keep coming to these poetry events, and you see, there we go. And yeah, you'll get a chance to see all this. All right, so Zachary, you're next. You are going to be on. Ooh, and I just closed out. Of course, I did. Accidentally the window that had your bio on it, Torrin. So let me pull that back up super quick. And I will read all about Torn V. Here we go. Scroll down. All right. Torrin V is a first-time author who hails from the city of RVA. His journey with poetry started with a trip to the library in middle school and a Nikki Giovanni poem. That was the spark that led him to pick up a pen and try to put words together on paper. He has been writing on and off since his teenage years, but did not start sharing with the world until 2008. He began posting poems online and meeting other poets. He started writing a book soon after, but it never quite came together until now, thanks to the support of so many fellow poets along the way. He is a dad, a veteran, hip-hop and jazz head, a proud blurred, a woodworker, a novice film and TV enthusiast, a lover of all types of art, and of course, poetry. You can find him, torinv.com is his website, and torin.v on Instagram. Y'all unmute your mics. Give it up for Torin V. Woo, 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 woo. Hi.
What's up? What's up?
Woo!
I just want to say, Marissa, I appreciate you working with me and allowing me to reach the goal that I wanted, which was to have it out before everybody else launched. And you worked really hard with me, and we went back and forth, and we got it done. So it's done now. So it's out. So I'm definitely excited about it. I've been out here marketing and doing all the things, and so I'm in the thick of things right now. So hopefully, we can just sell out that box and come back for another one. So she basically introduced everything. She told you my website, torrent.v. It's my Instagram. If you go to torrentv.com, it's all kind of stuff on there. I got merch. I got readings from when we did our feature was 2 weeks ago. I did some audio clips and stuff like that. It's a bunch of stuff on there. So yeah, just check me out. So I'm going to start off. I'm going to read the very first piece in the book. So the book came together kind of organically. Going to a writing group of mine, I kept just writing these pieces, and one of the members was like, you keep writing these pieces that are kind of related. So I just kind of, took it and started to piece things together, and came up with the whole idea. Just to let you guys know, all the art in the book is all AI art. I actually got into it just to do the art for the book, because there's no way I could have got it done with, there's 28 images total. So it's a bunch of art. So anyway, this is the first piece. She had me wrapped around her shattered spirit, worshiping the jagged pieces, manifesting a dubious destiny while tethered to her fluctuating intimations, absorbing the erratic energy that kinetically forced us to opposing boundaries, into an undefined state that signified nothing, engaged to the fantasy of us, anticipating the raining of rice, but left standing at the altar, directionless, desperately defiant in the face of the obvious, resolute in my radicalism, fighting tooth and nail to stake a claim in the abstract, but only managing to occupy real estate adjacent to the unremembered in the midst of the asunder, many moons away from the center of her heart, where the air is brisk and the light is obscured by the looming shadow of her indifference. Our catastrophic uncoupling was the consequence of a crippling epiphany, a swan song sung by a psychotic siren, a final goodbye wordlessly communicated, executed with excruciating silence, followed by the stillness that coincides with catharsis and the settling of the seas that churned within me, the purifying of contaminated prophecies contained within the book of her, revelations that refuse to be restrained, ushering in an awakening of self-sustaining clarity, undeniable as gravity, a final premonition unraveled in real time, an ageless love lost in the unmerciful embrace of oblivion, unable to escape the void between enduring fervor and expendable infatuation. So she became my dark muse. Like I said, that's the very first piece in the book. So it'll always be kind of special. It's the first piece I ever did live in front of people. So yeah, it always means something to me. So I'm gonna read a couple more for you guys. These are not out of the book, but they're, some of these could have been in the book, but I just wanted to do a little cross section of stuff that I got. So Like she said, I don't really do titles, so um, just bear with me. Utter surprise accompanies things unexpected into the realm of possibility, where heartening idioms cry out to cover the wails of dreadful days as they fade into the fog, enveloped by promises resurrected that deftly disprove solitary lies that loiter in the present, shining spotlights on scars healed only by torn calendar pages tossed towards the wayside, where they rest next to unremembered anguish, a mirror image of misfortune misappropriated, remnants of a sadness that stood tall until it was toppled by a bond that bloomed in early winter, an unexplained entanglement that choked the death out of an overcast autobiography, forcing a face-off with wishes granted, locking eyes with the aftermath of illusions come to life, spun around by the newness of rarefied air and left to explore an alternate state, forever transformed by the influence of belief unloosed. Okay, I got two more for y'all. I got time for two more? Okay. All right, so this is the first one. It sits atop my thoughts, peering through the cracks in my spirit into the depths of my desire, ascertaining the genesis of the aching and exposing my wants to ultraviolet light, revealing the blood-splattered walls of my psyche, the torment weathered on my quest to obtain it. It loiters in my lobby, window shopping without a cent, jingling in its pockets, without intentions of acknowledging my urgent need, starving me of the sustenance it promises, left delightfully destitute, with only solitary hunger pains to my name. It moves like nothing I've ever seen, with frantic, erratic rhythm, elusive logic that seems one step ahead. I am stymied by visions of tender moments trapped in ill-conceived illusions that prove the idea of it more tangible than reality. I walk through life with its name never far from my lips, humming hopeful tunes, studying the window pane as I keep watch for its return, trying to keep count of the sunsets, disconnected from time, lost in the asunder, undone by the pursuit of a four-letter word. Okay, I got one more for y'all. It started with little fanfare, a nascent inkling, subject to changing whims and winds, dangling like a participle ready to be plucked, riding the momentum created by closely guarded desires towards infatuation that blooms in all seasons, growing exponentially until it consumes the space between what was and what shall be, leaving behind only foggy recollections of walks alone along the edge, while introducing thoughts of warmth and oneness, contemplations of synchronous heartbeats and breathless conversations, creating unbalanced questions that fall into the embrace of the inevitable, where magnetic memories materialize, solidifying the beautiful insanity that tucks logic into its deathbed and births the everlasting want, a longing for precious proximity, igniting an unyielding tenderness that fosters a mortal affection, vanquishes time and renders space immaterial, ending solitary odysseys before replacing the specter of rejection with boundless bliss that spans from the here and now to forevermore. We got time?
Oh yeah, you're like 8 or 9 minutes. So yeah, if you want to do another one, totally. Let's go.
Okay, let me see what I got. I'll just read something out of I'll just read something out of the book real quick. I'll just pick something random. Let's see. Okay, here we go. She stared into my afterlife, orchestrating my resurrection, escorting me to the brink of everything, grasping my hand as she finger painted ripples in other dimensions, demonstrating the possibilities inherent in a weightless existence, verbalizing the ideology of the eternals, speaking in prophetic prose, recounting imagined conclusions to our incomplete epic, offering insightful explanations to our improbable bond, formed after a momentary glance that seemed to foreshadow infinity and the ascension of infatuated beings into a rapturous evermore.
I'm loving this, Torin. Let's go. Was that your last one?
That's it. That's it.
All right, y'all, unmute your mics. Give it up for Torin B.
Woo! Appreciate y'all.
Woo. And Jeremy, that I was thinking about this. I was looking back at my notes from today. You need to hear some new piece. So next time you come to 707, remind me to read the house poem for you.
Okay.
All right. Last but certainly not least, Zachary Sakadia is here. Again, a local New Mexico poet. Super, super excited to be working with him and doing his debut collection of poetry. I heard Zach perform live at an event last year, and I was like, oh my God, you need to come be part of this debut poets launch. It's going to be amazing. He didn't know me from Adam, and he, like all of these authors, took a big chance on us, like what we're doing and being part of the like Rose Gold said, the legacy of publishing that we're laying down here. And so I'm super excited to have him be part of this really incredible collection. Zach, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, there you are. Okay, great. So let me go ahead and read your bio real quick, and we'll get into it. Zach is going to close us out. So if anyone needs anything, let me know. But otherwise, big thanks ahead of time, and we'll do, after Zachary reads, we'll do a big thank you and kind of remind everyone what is next, like what are the next things happening here in the launch. All right. Zachary Sakadia, originally from northern New Jersey. So shout out Terry Rose and all the other New Jersey natives in the house. There you go. Spent his formative years immersed in the punk scene of the NYC tri-state area. This early exposure to the raw energy and creative of punk music deeply influenced his artistic sensibilities. Fascinated by the power of lyrics, Zachary's passion for the written word blossomed, leading him to explore poetry as a teenager. In 2006, he made a significant life change, moving from New Jersey to the serene landscape of New Mexico. His poetry, deeply rooted in the principles of haiku and modern haiku, reflects his lifelong journey through music, expression, and the search for true connection. Zachary skillfully composes brief poems that remain with the reader well beyond the first encounter. By adopting the minimalist nature of modern haiku and the emotive resonance found in song lyrics, Zachary Sakadia has established himself as a poet known for his impactful, concise, and enduring influence. He lives in Albuquerque. You can find him on Instagram, True Blue Podcast. Y'all unmute your mics. Give it up for the one and only and wonderful way to close the show, Zachary Sakadia. Woo, woo, woo,
woo. Woo!
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for sticking around. Shout out to all the poets and your vulnerability. It's really cool to hear everyone share their poetry and speak their piece. What's funny is that bio is probably the longest thing I've ever written. Most of my poems are very short. I'm a big on quotes, even on fortune cookies, things that kind of are brief but really stay with you and have lasting power. So I'm going to read a couple poems, and I'm just going to read a bunch of like modern haiku. So the first poem is called Russian Girl. A Russian girl once told me I looked like her father in his youth. I smiled. She laughed. What a small world. This poem is called Sometimes. Sometimes I weep too much. Sometimes I feel too much. But I'll be okay because most times I laugh enough. This is called Millions. If I won the lottery, I'd spend all day thinking up names for all the hurricanes headed toward Florida. This one is called EWR to ABQ. For those of you who are familiar with New Jersey, EWR is the code for the Newark airport. Uh, Tired and blue, tried and true, another delay, a rainy stay, sex to accept, love to regret. Group 9 is now boarding. This is called Shuffle the Deck. Nearsighted and righteous, newcomer in sunglasses, so as not to let anyone know my strengths, your weaknesses. I statements for the blind, an unnecessary glance, a meeting of minds, lacking spirits, alive and loved, smothered and spoken for. Go home or go somewhere. This time of year is hard on the soul. Go home or go somewhere. This time of year is hard on the soul. Go home or go somewhere. This time of year is hard on my soul. And this is called April. Love has a tax the lonesome cannot claim. Beneath the sun, my big red heart. This is called Memory Serves. Brain fog, walking aimlessly through these streets unclaimed. A song so slow, a moon so full. I'll write this poem to lead you home. So now I'm going to get into a bunch of like modern haiku. It doesn't fit with the 575. It's just sort of brief moments, brief memories, things like that that have just come up in my life. And I will pause because none of them have titles. So I'll sort of have like a little pause between them all. Marijuana tongue, New York City. Look for my name on the guest list, George Washington Bridge. Back east, out west, sunrise, sunset. Cab driver only speaks when spoken to. City sidewalk, clearing every pigeon, my 2 feet. Headlights drive by, taillights drive away, going somewhere. An itch on my arm, to my surprise, a tiny ant. Sitting by the door, a cool breeze, those coming, those going. Sad clown outside his makeup, still sad. He's awake, she's asleep, 2 beds. Escape the days, a song away, the piano plays. Too busy to notice a butterfly, too macho to write about it. Understanding a brick wall. October sparrow flies into my notebook for me to remember. Albuquerque sunset, my camera, no justice. Sparrow on the rim, empty court, stolen nets. A man paces back and forth, waiting for the 5:12 bus. A sparrow dreams of becoming a falcon. The last leaf of autumn has fallen from the tree. Melted cassette in my car, the sun's opinion. Watching people watch NASCAR, the Yankee scratches his head. Reading your postcard, the mail carrier dreams of retirement. Another flower in her hair, the garden doesn't mind. Massage a message into my skull. The thoughts are ready to be ready. I saw the star quarterback smoking weed the night before the big game. Night owl asking who, sometimes not. Endings with green lights. We're all whoring something. Famous people in famous cars. Autumn sparrow shits on my head. Lucky October. To all my friends who I haven't seen in years, I still love you. Onion ring in my fries. Life is good. Thank you, everybody. I do a podcast about self-care and poetry and music called the True Blue Podcast. It's been just a blessing to be able to do something positive, and you can find me on Instagram at True Blue Podcast. Really excited to be doing this because it's just when I am ashes and no longer here, my poetry will still be here. And to me, that's so amazing that I'll live forever. So I'm very grateful. Thank you for listening, everybody.
Yes, let's go, y'all. Unmute your mics. Give it up for Zachary Sakati. Woo! Oh my gosh. Everyone must just be stunned in silence today.
I'm trying to type in the type into my Instagram before I forget the handle, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Well, so you can also go to the website, right? The website has all of the author bios there. You just click Meet the Poets 2024 debut poets, and everyone's bios, their handles, everything, all their websites, connections are all there. And so if you did not get it today, if you're not saving the chat or you're not here today, you can go to the website, redorgreenbooks.com, red READ, and you can find their bios and get their links there. We do have the New Mexico Poetry Summit coming up September 13th, 14th, and 15th. Many of the launched debut poets this year are going to be there. Also, plenty of the debut poets from other launches are going to be here as well. So let me know if you're coming. We can set up something really fun for September. Of course, Zachary and Sarah live here, so it's not like they're in New Mexico. It's not like they have to travel far to be here. So hopefully they're able to come as well. If you want to check out what we've been doing, go to the YouTube channel, Red or Green Books. On YouTube, you can see the 2023 New Mexico Poetry Summit movie. Basically, it is a found poem, a movie that I cut. It's an hour, 16 minutes, taking a 3-day summit and condensing it into a movie. There are collage pictures to music. There's clips of performances. It is a roller coaster. The best hour and 16 minutes you'll spend in front of the computer, I promise you. Or in front of your TV, right? So don't, if you're going to go Netflix and chill afterwards, but give that hour and 16 minutes, watch some poetry. It changed the way you feel about a lot of things. A lot of issues were touched that weekend. And so we're really, really excited to be doing that again this year. Shout out to Hollow Spirits and Harwood Art Center for being sponsors for us and helping us with venue locations. So yeah, go to the website, get all the information there for that. If you are interested, remember we got 2 more launches. We got one coming up in June, another coming up in August, same Zoom links as this. So just save the Zoom information. You got to log into your Zoom to access the Zoom room. And then these poets have a lot of features coming up at The Word is Right. So The Word is Right is our sister platform. That is our performance poetry platform. This is the publication platform. And then we have performance poetry. We also have open mics and workshops just about every day of the week at The Word is Right. So these poets are going to be featuring throughout now through the summer more at The Word Is Right. And then we also have book club. Book club is we feature it's volunteer based, first come first serve. A new book each month. There's a $5 coupon in the month of book club, and there's an author talk the third Sunday of the month. And so all of these poets that you're hearing from today are going to be featured throughout 2024 and into 2025 in book club. If you have not yet signed up for book club, make sure you guys get signed up for book club, get your spot. But we're rolling into the 2025 season for signups for that. And again, all of the information is on our Facebook, Instagram, and of course our website, redorgreenbooks.com. And you can find all of that there. If you're watching this back after the show and you're not here, you can always reach out to us. Let us know. We can get you the information that you need and get you the books, right? You can get all the books together in one full collection from Red or Green Books. And that is how we keep the lights on and the doors open. And I thank you so much for being here, especially those who don't feel well. Sarah, thank you so much for being here when you don't feel well. For those who are moving or traveling right now. So Laura is in the park, right? I'm like, what's all that green stuff? That's weird, because we live in the desert and everything's brown and rocks here. But thank you all so much for being here. Hopefully next time you'll be able to hear from Amanda Wynn and from Whisper Poet. Hopefully they'll be able to join us for that next launch, and we'll get going with that. Otherwise, I think that is it for the launch today. I will invite everyone to just unmute one final time and do a big cheer, a big appreciation, lots of gratitude for all of your work and all of your voices today. Thank you all. All right. I will get this video uploaded to YouTube as soon as I can. Hopefully this coming week I'll get it up. Otherwise, I will see all of you at Word Is Right for your features. I'll see you at Book Club for those who sign up for Book Club. And we'll be back in June right here at Red or Green Books, The Word Is Right. Same Zoom. We'll be back in June for the readathon and uncover the cover art. So thank you all. Peace and blessings. One love. So excited to be on this journey. Thank you, everyone. And I'll see you next time. All right. Bye.
Bye, everybody.